Now, the theme for the 2013-2014 financial year's budget is the journey continues towards socio-economic transformation for Uganda. So we're back to the East Africa story again. Now, the country's economy expanded by 5.1% this financial year compared to 3.4% in the previous year. Joining me now on the line to discuss the Ugandan budget is Maria Kiwanuka, Finance Minister of Uganda. Minister, thanks for your time. We've been battling.
Hello?
Yeah, we've been battling to get through to you. So I'm certainly hoping that one of the things you had.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm hoping one of the things you addressed in your budget is how to raise money so we make sure communications across the African continent work. Just take us through some of the major highlights that you had in your budget, particularly, of course, around funding those budget deficits that we've seen cropping up in East Africa.
Okay. Well, our budget priority this year, as last year, is to continue our focus on infrastructure development. That's why our theme this year is the journey continues towards socio-economic transformation. We don't have very much money as a government, as you've rightly pointed out. So what we've decided to do is to focus it in those areas that would help us to help the private sector to do their thing and, drive the economy. And that's the bulky public service goods like roads, like power, transmission lines, and ICT.
So, Minister, when I look at your statements to Parliament today, I see that you're saying total external financing of the budget. So you're not just looking internally, you're also looking externally, will amount to 2.6 trillion Ugandan shillings, and that's about 20% of the total. Yeah. So where are you going to be raising that money? Is that donor money? Is that perhaps a Ugandan bond in international markets? How will you fund that gap?
Okay, the 20% external financing is financing assistance from development partners. Though in our own budget, we are raising some borrowing on the open market. And again, it's all going towards financing our road infrastructure programs.
So in terms of that funding from donors, how difficult a conversation do you anticipate that to be, given some would say the fractious nature of some of the relations with some of those donors, and also the fact that they are facing funding pressures themselves because of the global financial crisis?
No, actually, we don't expect any traction problems at all, because by the time I put that money in the budget, it was agreed with the development partners.
Right.
And what they've done at our big request is to shift their emphasis again, assistance from people like the World Bank and the Islamic Development Bank and ADB. They're focusing it towards infrastructure.
What about
roads and power?
Yeah. What about the internal financing that you're talking about? How do you plan to raise that? Is that increased taxes, particularly given the vulnerabilities in the economy?
No, there will be. There's minimum. There's some tax areas where we haven't been taxing that we've gone to, but not for much money. Most of the improvement will come from collecting taxes already due. That is discouraging avoidance and evasion. And we're also looking to see, as the economy grows further, it grew by 5.1% this year, and we're looking at 6% this coming year. That will also will raise our revenue net.
Yeah.
But like I said, we have made some borrowings in the open market.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Ugandan shilling, Minister. We're seeing emerging market currencies particularly coming under pressure. Now, of course, Uganda is beginning to attract money from abroad. Do you have any concerns about the current level of the Ugandan shillings and the potential that we could see it weaken along with other emerging market currencies as international investors bring back money to the U.S. and other developed markets?
Well, actually, our FDA situation is quite promising. We had more inflows this last year than we did last year. And we look to encourage the internal flows by improving our connectivity, improving our competitiveness with roads and with power. We're rolling out the piped water line. Those are the three things the investor surveys say. They want all-weather roads, they want power, and they want piped water, as well as a technically skilled workforce.
Yeah. So you're forecasting growth of 6% per annum in the coming fiscal year. Now, of course, we know that Uganda is one of those countries in East Africa that has seen discovery of raw materials, particularly oil. Is that growth, that target of 6%, Minister, surely Uganda can do better?
Well, the target does not include the oil at all.
Okay.
We're very conservative in our forecast.
Okay.
Because we have not started production yet, so that target does not include oil. We look to get that growth from construction, from agricultural production, agricultural productivity, and improved services.
Fantastic. Minister Maria Kiwanuka, Finance Minister of Uganda, thank you very much for your time on that line.